Hi guys, this is Miss Data from the School of Design and Media. This video is about EAEi, so it's for IT students. It's a shout out to you guys, NYTEC and IR NYTEC students. So let's talk about enrollment procedure. As you know, there are many exercises that will allow you to apply to a poly course. Now, you may be particularly interested in this one, the early admission exercise, which takes place every year in June. The upcoming exercise for you through results will be the JPAE. Otherwise, there's another portfolio-based exercise coming from January to April 2023, and it's in January and April every year. And this one is a highly competitive. Now, what are the requirements to be eligible to apply for the early admission exercise? Now, for you guys, okay, you must be completing your course in June or December 2023 or September, March 2024. You need to have an online portfolio that is focusing on the diploma of your choice. You need a 600 character write-up that is diploma specific, which means you cannot copy and paste the same write-up for every diploma, because we read all of them and then you don't make us feel special. And then there is a 1000 character write-up, which is about you, your achievement, competition. Maybe you got diploma in piano, maybe you like to cook. It could be about anything, because this is where you either flex, you just let us know, you know, I'm a cool dude, do this, please like me. If your application is successful, you'll be receiving an email notification that will ask you to submit your portfolio link to us, and then you come and sit for an aptitude test, which is about 45 minutes. And if you manage to pass the test, then you will be called to do an interview with us, which is a roughly 15 minutes kind of thing. Okay, so how does the process work? So you have to befriend the EAE portal, because you'll be your bestest friends and most of the communication will come through that. So if you want to know about the status of your application, you cannot ask us, you have to go there and check. All right, you submit your 3 choices. You do the 600 character write-up, which needs to be diploma specific. Like I said, yes, different one, you need to vary. We are not all the same. Even if the course has the same name or do similar things, but it's another poly, we are not the same. So you need to do your homeworks and figure out why we are different. Your 1000 character write-up, which includes spaces, by the way, it's about you. What you do, what you like. You can flex competition, workshop, leadership, anything you want, all right? But it doesn't need to be course specific. It is to be you specific, you centric. So this is where the first shortlisting happen. Right? If you put your choices right, then we will call you. Then we will ask you to submit a link to your portfolio. I know that a lot of you have ArtStation or Behance, perfectly fine. So we take those, right? So you send us that. So after that, you can book your test date and time through probably like a form or a Genius app of sort. So that one, you decide. If you need to change the date, you need to contact us and let us know. But there should be a big reason behind it. Like, I'm sick, I cannot come. So then we will change it for you, all right? Now, if you manage to pass the test, that's where the second shortlisting happens, okay? And then, again, you will receive a notification. And then this notification will tell you, hello, please come for an interview. We would like to hear more from you. Again, you use a form or a Genius app application where you book the time and date. The interview is usually one student to lecture. It could be via Zoom or face-to-face. The test is usually in person. Okay, so why do I say if you put your choice right previously? It's because your choice matter. So let's say you choose NYP as number 1, Poly A, and then Poly B, then chances are that you will be called for the test. But because we tend to prioritize the people who put us first, especially for some diplomas, the amount of application that we receive is huge. It's a very big flow of application. Then we will call first the ones who choose us. So chances are, if you put us as third, you may not receive any call from us, any email, any notification, nothing. We will call this guy, not this guy. Okay? Just so you know, if you are successful, with your EAE exercise and we do offer you a conditional offer, you cannot reject the offer and then thinking that you will be offered the next one. Let's say we offer you, but you want to go to Poly A. If you reject us, you will not be offered this one. You only receive one offer, right? Only receive one. So if you accept that one, then at least you're inside that course. But if you reject it, you will not be offered another course. Your only choice after that will be JPAE. So now, what happens if you're not successful? Because EAE is quite competitive and there are limited places, you can try the JPA. This is results based, so your GPA needs to be quite good. And then if this one also doesn't work for you, then you have the special direct admission exercise, which is usually January and April every year. Alright, so this one depends on vacancies. So this is even more competitive. To say that it's competitive is a euphemism, because basically it will place you in whatever spots are left. The diploma would have almost filled up by then. So what do we look for when we select you for the admission exercise? Of course, we want to know your passion, what kind of activities you do, do you understand the course? Do we understand the industry you're getting yourself into? You cannot just go like, oh, sure, I like to draw, I want to do animation. So what if we don't draw? Do you even know what we do in the course? Make sure you research us properly. And of course, you have your portfolio, which is usually the result of your training and your previous education. I've seen some outstanding portfolio coming from ITE students in the earlier years, and I have to say that once they join the courses, quite often they manage to be in the top of their cohort, which is a very good thing. So of course, there's the attitude. Are you willing to learn? Do you show up on time for the interview and for the test, Are you a team player? That kind of stuff, right? Now, the team player bit maybe we'll see it a little more where on our Discord server. So yes, we do have a Discord server that is out there to help you with this. Okay, so now, how does the selection happen? We do rank you. You have to understand that we have a rubric. So when we go through a lot of candidates, we have to kind of, rank you in a way. And then usually our intake is about maybe 50% of our intake comes through EAE. So it's quite important. Okay. So like I said, you only be given one conditional offer. And if you reject the offer, you will not be given a second offer. So when the offer comes to you, if it comes, you accept, because hopefully you apply to the course because you like it, and we are not like a backup plan. What is the interview about? The interview will be about you sharing your portfolio. And of course, it would be nice to see, what you enjoy doing, your interests, what are your strengths, so that will be also through your portfolio. Your portfolio will show us what you're good at. And then, of course, they might ask you questions about the industry, what is your desired career, and things like that. So do come prepared, because if they ask you something about, do you know how this thing works? And then you go like, I think, then, you were not prepared. This is very, very important. If you really want to be here, your portfolio will show it, and your interview will show it, because you will know what you're talking about. You introduce yourself confidently, you will share the portfolio and start describing all the work of your portfolio and how you managed to do this and how you managed to do that and how you wish that you want to further this knowledge because in the future you want to be the Miyazaki of Singapore or the Pixar of Singapore or something like that. Okay, so it's pretty fine to be very excited during the interview. The lectures are very nice. They will put you at ease. They will not ask you difficult questions. So don't worry about anxiety and things like that. So what about the portfolio? The portfolio is a compilation of your best work, It's evidence of what you've been working on for the past years in school. So hopefully you put in the work in ITE so that you will show us something pretty amazing. Now, if you want to know more about what needs to be in portfolio, I prepared another video that is called Portfolio Requirements, where it lists all the requirements by diploma, as well as shows you example of works that was submitted to us in previous years. So this is the timeline. The process starts in June. there will be a first shortlisting. It will take a couple of weeks. You guys actually apply first before the O-level students. And then if all goes well and you're selected, around the 3rd week of June or so, maybe, you will be getting an email or an SMS notification saying that you have been shortlisted, and then they will send you a link to a form where you upload your portfolio. Alright, so you upload your portfolio and then you book your test. The test usually takes place the first 2, maximum 3 weeks of July. It's 2 weeks usually, it's 3 weeks if somebody was sick and needs to, you know, like to make up for the missing dates. The second shortlisting happens here. And then after that, we start with the interview. Now, the interview will take place for very long. The whole August. Very long. No, maybe we stop around the 3rd week of August, actually. Because after that, the lecturer needs to take time to review everybody's test, to review everybody's interview, to review everybody's portfolio. And then they make up their mind as to who they want to offer the place to. And that's where it happens. Around the 1st week of September, between the 5th to the 12th, roughly, it usually doesn't spill on the 2nd week of September, but sometimes it does, because sometimes it does. So you will receive your conditional offer. Why is it conditional? It's conditional to your GPA. I show you your GPA at the beginning of this presentation, right? So you need to know that you cannot drop too much, because the minimum entry requirements are called minimum entry requirements for a reason. It's the very minimum that you need to have to be able to enter the course. It's the very minimum that you are required to have to enter the course. So minimum entry requirements. Okay, very, very simple. Now, this is something that I must warn you about. You will not receive communication of unsuccessful application. Along the way, if you don't make the first shortlisting, there will not be a message telling you you're not being shortlisted. There will be radio silence. Same thing, if you don't pass the test, there will be no communication for the interview. So if nothing happens until the 3rd week of July, well, sometimes they can call you like the 1st week of August. You never know, because maybe they're still reviewing students. The process is very long and convoluted, and we try to conduct it in the fairest possible way to give everybody a chance where possible. If you do not receive any communication whatsoever, then by this time here, you want to check the EAE portal, and it will tell you if you have been successful anywhere. So in general, by here is the acceptance period. So when the offer comes to you, don't just go, oh, sure, I got in. You must accept. It's like a wedding proposal. If I say, will you marry me? If you don't say yes, there's no marriage, okay? Make sure that you accept. Alright, so this is why it's conditional, you see? 3.5 or better. 2.0 or better. And then this is very important, It includes here, everything is net aggregate. Okay? You only receive one offer. If you reject it, you will not receive a second one. And if the MER is not met, your offer will be revoked. That is why it's called conditional. The condition is you meet the minimum entry requirement. Okay. So if you are admitted through EAE, you don't need to apply through JPAE because you're already in, so don't worry about that. Just wait for January or so, and then you can call admission and ask them, so how do I register, and things like that. But I know that your results are usually released pretty late, and so maybe your call is not in January, it's almost in April. So be patient, be patient and keep your finger crossed. I keep my finger crossed for you that your results will come out and they will be outstanding so that you manage to get in, and then I will see you in class. So if you want to know more information about the EAE, there are portals that you can visit. I'll make sure to put these links in descriptions for you. And then this is our Discord channel. I will also put this one in the description. So why do we create this? We created this because we need to help you. We realize that when we help you put together your portfolio, your chances of going through are much higher. We can guide you properly. So I would say that if you don't come to Discord, your chances of getting an offer is about 30%. But if you come through this one, it's about 55%. I counted it this year. That's how it goes. So if you have more questions that I have not answered, you can come and ask a Rich. And then there is this one here, which is portfolio review. Now this is very important because, you know, you share your link and then you can ping me at Miss Data, at Data's or whoever is there will take you on, because I also have ambassador that helped me with the portfolio review. Can you please look at my portfolio, and then we will take very good care of you. We will give you very extensive feedback. We'll tell you, oh, remove this, group that, and then you know, we'll help you until the very end. There will be a lot of communication that will happen during the EAE here. I need to ask you guys to be patient, because the answer will not be immediate, as the person conducting the exercises you know, are busy conducting them, and so it takes time for them to see my messages and then get back to me. If you have any more questions, I also have an FAQ Padlet that you can access, and I also have another video that has to do with frequently asked questions about early admission exercise that should be in the same playlist, and you can watch. So I hope you found this very, very useful. Thank you all very, very much, and do not hesitate to join our Discord and ask us more questions. Bye!